Hey, what's going on, everybody? Aaron here, Kite Paddle Surf. We're down here at AWSI here in the Ride Engine booth, and we're just going to go over some of the new products they got for us, so we want to show you guys.
Awesome, Aaron, thanks. Hey, I'm Gary Siskar. I'm the product line manager and marketing director for Ride Engine. Really proud to show you guys exactly what we have going on for coming up for 2023.
Yep,
2023 product cycle. First thing we'll start with, to show you some brief highlights, is our harnesses, and I'm really going to focus on what is our Carbon Elite. This is the flagship of our line. This is the basis of Ride Engine, and really the best fitting harness that you can get out in the market. So why is it the best fitting harness? Back in the day, Coleman Buckley, he was making custom harnesses for people. He built just over 1,000 units of harnesses overall. He kept every single mold that he had. So we were able to get data points to build a harness that fits perfectly in the back of a human. It doesn't matter if it's a guy or girl. So it's cool. It's very similar to like a footbed in a shoe, you know. So like, you know, when you go buy a shoe, you don't buy it without a footbed in it, right? So there are footbeds in there. You can get custom footbeds too. But the footbed that comes in there is like this average of all this data that they've had to get some data support you. So it's very similar. So all our harnesses share that DNA in some fashion to make it fit. You know, why wouldn't we leverage that DNA overall to make the best fitting harnesses? We did, however, this year do a couple of improvements in the harness itself. You can see we have what's called the Unity Direct Connection. It's a one-time set it and forget it system that uses a very familiar thing from the snowboard industry. It's not a ratchet, it's more like a toe cap. You adjust it, set it. The only time you'd have to readjust is if you go from like a 543 wetsuit down into like trunks, you know. But it's kind of nice to just get in and out of it pretty quick. So the big improvement we made to this cycle, to this season, is the comfort in the rib area. So we were able to rework the connection of the Unity Direct Connection and our webbing connection to retain a very soft interface in this part of the harness that's wrapped around. So we have all the lumbar lock technology, everything that holds in your lower back, but now we've increased the comfort of the harness to, you know, which is huge when you're twisting your body up on the board and just absolutely, like you said it earlier, toe side riding, when you're twisting, the harness, especially with ours being so locked into place, the more flex you can have in there, the better.
That's super cool
in terms of comfort. So we have, you know, for us, this is our flagship product. We have a bunch of harnesses in our line made out of different materials. We even have a soft harness, two soft harnesses now, one called Momentum, one called the Rome, which we'll look at in a second. But really for us, we make a best-in-class harness overall. Just because our soft harness is a little less than carbon, it doesn't mean that the performance is any less. It's the best-in-class for that soft harness. Sort of like mountain bikes. You know, you got carbon mountain bikes, you got aluminum mountain bikes. You know, aluminum is really good for some people, right? So carbon is good for others. But that's what's going on there. Let me show you, though, the new stuff that we have. We have two harnesses that we're really excited about. The first harness is Ride Engine's first ever women's specific harness. So we went on a deep dive on how we can make the better harness, the best fitting harness for women. And a lot of brands in their research figured it was easier just to make the harness smaller overall. We actually found out the shaping, the anatomical shaping is the most important part, and actually keeping some areas larger is the better way to go. So when you look at our Brisa harness, it's a hard shell harness utilizing curved material, ultra lightweight, but it has like an hourglass shape to it. So that fits into the hips, fits up into the lower rib cage, and doesn't rise up as much. It's nice and flat across the bottom, so it fits the lower back better overall. Still with a high arc on the top to get that support overall.
And super light.
Super light. And the big thing is the dimension right here. So we kept that nice and wide, so it fills that space, you know, of women's curves. So it holds down, you get more comfort, you can ride longer, and perform better. Next one we have, which we all know Ride Engine started in the hard shell. Started that, we're the originator, the inventor of the hard shell harness, and now we're going the opposite way with making a very soft harness.
So cool.
So the challenge, right there. So the challenge with this particular harness was to keep the DNA and the fit of our lumbar lock in the harness. So what we did, since this is so pliable and soft, we utilize what we call a webbing cradle system across the back. So as you tighten the harness up, the webbing connection up, it pulls on these plates, pulling on each one of these webbing strands that are locked into place, and it hugs your body. And it actually will pull in the middle part of the harness also, so you get that overall fit. It's still lightweight. We really promote it to traveling, because now you can pack this thing flat. You can roll this thing up, you can bend it in half. We use thermal-formed EVA on the inside, so it has a high memory to spring back in shape, and it doesn't absorb any water, so it stays lightweight and dries quick.
Nice. Yeah. Perfect. Cool.
So that's really the highlights for our harnesses coming up, which is a lot.
Yes.
Which is a lot. So the next thing that we're excited about are our wetsuits. So we have one wetsuit line in full suit. It's called the Onsen. And we moved this year for both men's and women's Onsen using Yamamoto number 40 neoprene.
Okay.
And Yamamoto number 40 is the best neoprene on the market, hands down. We're not claiming it, the whole planet claims it. So if you go research Yamamoto number 40, you'll see that it is the best neoprene that you can get. So why is it the best? Number one, it's really warm. So it has a geometric cell pattern in the way that Yamamoto builds the neoprene, so it blocks out more water. It still is a wetsuit. It's about 98, 99% water permeable, so it blocks out water. It has a higher memory value. That means your wetsuit lasts longer. So you invest in a little bit more, spendy suit, but you're going to have the wetsuit for many more years, keeping you nice and toasty. And it's very elastic. So there's various grades of Yamamoto rubber out there. Number 40 is the highest. We went to number 40, top to bottom in the wetsuit. We're not using number 39, we're not using 38. We're using number 40. So we have that warmth, the elasticity, and the memory for a long-lasting, durable wetsuit. Construction-wise, very few seaming. That keeps it very elastic. We use a thermal inner liner for a bit more, warmth retention overall. Fully taped seams throughout on a glued and blind stitch seam.
And you're able, like you said, go definitely 4.3 to 3.2.
Absolutely. That's the beauty about Yamamoto 40 is that 3.2 can reach easily into those temperature ranges that you would need a 4.3 in another wetsuit. 4.3, you can go into what a 5.3. So what does that mean? Way more flexibility.
More comfortable.
Exactly. So the Onsen wetsuits, full suits. We do have new spring suits also. Those use our limestone base. It's not using Yamamoto because it's 2 mil, 2-1, so it already is a very elastic suit. Plus, spring suit, you're in warmer water overall, so it is there for a little bit of warmth, or there for a lot of protection, sun protection, and so forth. But same principle in terms of our construction. So very few seams in the suits. They stay nice and elastic. They're easy to put on. They have a high memory value. Beautiful suits. I'll last you a long time.
Cool. Awesome.
That's it.
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for watching the video. See you guys. Bye.